Hello, my name is Marcy Smith. This is my super strong Vita Navis presentation. The five careers that I was given was an OTA, a nurse midwife, home health aide, anesthesiologist assistant, a clinical psychologist, and yeah. The first career I was given was an OTA, or also known as an occupational therapy assistant. They assist and care for patients by observing patients' progress, their attitudes, and accomplishments. They encourage and tend to patients' physical needs. They also help diagnose sometimes and give medication if necessary. The reason I really liked this career was because I was previously interested in it before taking the Vita Navis test. I've always kind of been interested in helping people, so I was really happy that I was given this one. The salary range for an OTA is 20,000 to 50,000. This range fits my lifestyle. I don't need much to go, and yeah. The job outlook is growing and steady. Everyone's always getting hurt and needs rehabilitation and therapy, so it never goes out of business. The required education is actually really short for something that you're going to the medical field for. It's 2 years of an associate's degree and an OTA program, so that's really good. I get bored easily, so I think this career would be really good for me because it's only a 2-year program and then you go to on job training. The second career that I was given was a nurse midwife. A nurse midwife coordinates all aspects of the birthing process. I've never really been interested in this type of career because I kind of get grossed out. But I think it would be really interesting and it's a beautiful process. So the salary range exceeds my needs. It's 66,000 to 143. So that's really nice. The job outlook is growing and steady because they never go out of business. Everyone's always going to be having babies and yeah. The required education is a lot more than the OTA. It requires a master's degree and previous experience, and so that means you probably have to have on-the-job training if you are going to become a nurse midwife. I think I would definitely be open to having this career, but I think I'd have to get used to it. The third career that I was given was a home health aide. They provide routine, individualized healthcare, such as changing bandages, dressing wounds, applying medication to the elderly, convalescents, or people with disabilities. You're working with disabled people a lot of the time with an HHA because they can't go to the hospital, or sometimes they're just disabled and they need someone to come to their home and help them out. So the salary range is 18,000 to 31,000. 18,000 is a bit low for me. I don't think that this would fit my lifestyle, but I think I'd definitely be open to it. I think it is a great experience to probably have this job. The job outlook is growing and steady. People are always, people grow elderly and they need a home health aide. So yeah, the required education is actually you don't need college. You can actually just have on the job training because you're not an actual you're not a nurse or a therapist or whatever. You're just kind of helping them, and it's pretty easy to learn. The fourth career I was given was an anesthesiologist assistant. I've been previously interested in this career also, so I was really happy that I got this. An anesthesiologist administrates anesthesia for surgical and non-surgical procedures. They also monitor patient status and provide patient care during surgical treatment. So they're there making sure that the patient is responding to the anesthesia correctly and normally. So the salary range is 66,000 to 146,260. This exceeds my needs. I think it'd be really great. I think this is a very interesting and not too hard of a career. The required education is it requires a bachelor's and on-the-job training. Now, I don't think that this would be too hard to learn. I think it'd take a long time because I'm a slow learner. But I think that it'd be very interesting. So I'm definitely open to having this career. The fifth career that I was given was a clinical psychologist. I've never really been interested in psychology before, but I think I'm definitely open to it. I think it's a very interesting field. You get to help people who um, can't help themselves, basically. They diagnose and evaluate mental illness and emotional disorders of individuals. They do interviews and psychology tests, and they also help formulate treatments and medication. So I'm definitely open to this one. I think it would be a very interesting job, and I would never get bored. So yeah. The salary range is 43,000 to 123,920. It exceeds my needs. I think it's a great range. The job outlook is growing and steady. The required education is a bachelor's degree. Occasionally, you do need on-the-job training to kind of help people who, because it's a very sensitive job. I think that's the one thing that I might struggle with, because it's a very sensitive job. You know, people with emotional disorders and illnesses, because it's all mental. You know, it's a very sensitive job, so you have to really learn how to interact with people. So you probably have to have good interacting skills with people. So that's all my 5 careers. I'm really interested in all these careers. I think the only one that I would kind of not want to do would be the nurse midwife, because it's a kind of more of a gruesome job. It is just birthing process, but I think I would get grossed out a few times, and it's a more of a life and death situation, because there can be complications and other stuff. So yeah, I think that's the only one that I would not be that open to. So I'm really glad that I was given the occupational therapist assistant, because I've been interested in this field for a long time, and I'm very happy that I got it, because it kind of reassures me. So as you can see, these were all medical field related. So I've always been interested in medical field sort of stuff. And I'm glad that it was a diverse career choices, because they weren't all the same. They weren't all just therapy, because I'm mostly interested in OTA. So I'm glad that it was diverse. Before taking the test, I was never really interested in psychology, because I wasn't really informed about it, and I didn't know kind of what skills you would need, or like kind of what training or bachelor's or master's. I didn't know anything about it. And it was kind of interesting to see that I was given the psychologist and the midwife, because those are the 2 careers that I kind of was iffy about. So yeah. I would definitely recommend taking the Super Strong test. It widened my career choices and interests, so it was very helpful. And I would definitely take the test again in the future if I was having trouble, like, figuring out a career I would like to go into, or seeing what I was good at. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Thank you.